So here we are with Linda today. I want you to share with us again. Would you please reiterate what it is that you wanted to work on when you first came in to see us?
When I first came in to see you, I was having physical symptoms of diverticulitis. And that is dealing with lower extremities in your stomach issues and so forth. What I was working on at the time is redoing my business plan. And it was causing a lot of knots of anxiety and so forth inside my body. So with going and having your treatments, I'm getting a better mind-body connection. Things that used to stress me out, it would be really frustrating for me. So now I can sit down at the computer, and for some reason that stress is gone and things just connect a lot easier. There's a better energy flow for when I'm still having to learn new programs, but it's taken the anxiety out of that learning curve perhaps that I had to deal with.
So how was it day to day before you came to see me, trying to get your business going correctly?
It was really hard on my intestines and stomach, and I was in a lot of pain.
So all the stress from your business and trying to make a living and change and reshape the way that you do things was creating that much stress on you that was creating an increase of symptoms.
Right, because I had to retake a look at what I was doing and what I was getting. And then I had to make the adjustments. I had to do some more book reading, making a list of things as far as programs to learn to increase my level of education, and handling that learning curve and actually doing it. And it can be really overwhelming. And sometimes it got to the point where I was just paralyzing. It was just like, so much to do. And I feel like you got that energy going again so that I could start handling those things much better. And when I was handling them, I had more ease.
Excellent.
And what I did notice is one time I went to go reach for a book and I started having physical symptoms, and I go, I guess I'm just not ready for that book yet. But, other things I was ready to be able to handle, and it just seemed like the energy flowed together much better when I paid attention on which one to do first.
Great. So now you're doing a whole lot better with integrating your business and career life and your body together. So what I want to find out from you today is what other areas are you having a little bit of problem with, because what I want to do is I want to tweak what's going on inside you so you go to the next level.
Okay.
Good. Now what I want you to do is, we know these arms are nice and strong now, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to think about this fear that comes up. Think about the fear that comes up when you go to do your work and read those books to study for your career. So as soon as she thinks about it, it just goes right into her physical body and stresses out her body. Wow. I want you to really feel that. Close your eyes and bring them up here. Hold your breath out. And think of the feeling of perfection and the number one. So Linda's business has been a huge toll on her health. Every time she'd stress out, have anxiety, boom, her intestinal tract would just tighten up and she'd begin to have symptoms. Now, that's changing. I'm very excited for her. I think she's going to make it. Really worthy and deserving of this new career. Learning it, being it, becoming it. Good. Good. When I go down to the feet, what I'm doing is checking the tension and the leg lengths to see if her mind, to see if the mind is interfering with the physical body. And then I keep on working with her body as I communicate with it what is actually going on. So I'm setting up this patient-to-doctor communication and learning about what's really happening at the subconscious level with each client. And when we do that, we're able to tell exactly what to do to get them better. Because in her life, she's had a stress with a male when you were 4 years old. All the way back to 4 years old. Remember a big stress with a male when you were 4? Take a deep breath in, Hold your breath, bring your eyes up, thinking to sex. A male family member. What was the stress with a male family member? All the way back to 4 years old, this went into her memory banks, went into her body, got downloaded, and it's been running her ever since.
My father passed away, so I always have a void, a male void in my life.
There you go. All that worry that she had, worrying that her father was going to die when he got sick. Eyes open and up. 7 sex is the code. So when we suppress or deny our feelings, our body must express dis-ease, displeasure, unhappiness, lack, loss, stress. And these things are the daily things that we try to run and hide from, the things that where people want to drink, smoke, overeat, do different activities that we see as unhealthy activities, but they're an outpouring from suppressed or denied feelings.
Thank you, Dr. Deck. Because it was like I was able to see all of his talents, and he was a very talented man. But I think through his death, there was a lot of anger when you have to do the grieving process and so forth. And I think I got stuck in that. And somehow he taught me a lot, and he was successful, and so was my brother. And I could see a lot of talents that my brother was able to carry, but somehow mine was not just going to the next step. I kept getting stuck. So hopefully I'll be able to get to the next step.
You see, rather than trying to forget a stressful or unhappy time in our life, we have to remember it differently, with gratitude. What's the gift in it? How can we take that into our body? That's healing.
It felt like a shift because it felt more empowering, looking at things through positive lenses rather than through a negative lens. And I was carrying my little bag of negativity with me for years. I think it's going to come together a lot better than what I thought. So I can already see that things are flowing where I'm not getting the obstacles that I was getting before.
Linda's doing great. Her life is changing. Her body's improving. Her business is getting better. And she's beginning to really learn and get how her thoughts and her feelings from the past have been making her life miserable for years. And now that she's changing these programs, we're updating them in her brain and nervous system, her life is starting to show up totally different.